Bud Light, Jaguar, Target, Boeing. Diverse discrimination ongoing. Spit too much truth, prepared to be slandered. Head chalk fails DEI standard. She's all woman, not body type B. NetEase pledge edge unseen since the 90s. China less commie than a woke neo-Marxist. Blonde white woman invigorate the market. Call me Ben Grimm cause I'm all bricked up. Fantastic Fanny Sue Storm got a dump truck. Problematic from a bygone era. Less gay than he him was aware of. Absolutamente Chloe To'o hetero about to flush a rainbow. Asian prophet suddenly a no male gaze wins because it's not homo. Mentally ill says Meta on trans. Flame on! California stands. Oops, all smoke hydrant, no water. UK law won't protect your daughter. Pronouns race swap butch, oh my. Record layoffs in 2025. Since woke left good money on the table. Government ban everything but cable. Beauty bad says another TQ plus male gaze hater oozing mucus. More nutty than a sharded deuce. Inclusion has exhausted its use. Hello, beta testers. My name is Kyle. Western slop has deliberately burned food for a decade to argue with paying customers about how cooking is hard, experienced chefs are overrated, and burnt food isn't even that bad. Appealing media won't take over. It already has. Woke cannot create. AAA woke Western preachy agenda heavy slop has earned layoffs in the same way that they'll try to spin people not caring about Skeleton Crew as not caring about Star Wars. They'll try to spin you as a hater of gaming, when in reality, we just don't like what them are calling gaming. Maybe there's a difference between what that actually looks and feels like and the trash that them categorize. Where we come from, women have always been dick and balls free, and pretty is not going out of style. The chud, incel, gooner, coomer, bigot, ist, phobe, toxic, masculine gamers and don't need to touch grass will fill your mouth, because without us to constantly talk about, you are nothing. The thing entities fear the most, oblivion, being forgotten, seek that validation, and claim that gamers just don't want brown people and women in their video games. But as a Jamaican man with a Mexican woman at my side, we can plainly remind you as many times as it takes while you lose your fucking jobs and relevance that activism is the real drain-circling DEI grift that is injecting itself into everything in a way that makes it compromised. Wesley Snipes wasting time whining about how hard it is for a black man instead of killing vampires might have made Blade a dog shit movie too, but it wasn't, cause it wasn't made by activists. It's like saying fans no longer care about Marvel because your woke girl boss garbage keeps failing at the goddamn box office, but oops, Deadpool and Wolverine seems to work. Gamers just hate live services because Avengers, Sushi Squad, and Concord, but oops, Marvel Rivals effortlessly crosses the $100 million mark in its free game in its first month. Do you think new Crystal Dynamics, new Rocksteady, and the now shut down Firewalk Studios could have survived, especially for more than 2 weeks, with less frumpy, manly, lady-centric designs? They would certainly have made more money, something even the screeching TQ plus understand and eloquently make plain. The gooning is why people are paying attention. If you couldn't see skin, then they wouldn't even want to buy the skin. Oh, so they understand something, and they're selling something. Cool. Trying desperately to rally people together with gaslighting and manipulation, it's not working out as well as it used to, is it? Their best effort is to crank that "don't you care about diversity? Only a racist wouldn't." It's like me saying only a racist wouldn't donate to my channel. Only a sexist wouldn't give me all of their money, but their desperation to control everything and the hypocrisy of denying males their spaces make it abundantly clear that I guess denying them of their space is okay too. We would never roll up to women and tell them how Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey or The Notebook should go to suit our man fat boy tastes, you know what I'm saying? Ubisoft delays its garbage again to the anniversary of the sarin gas attack? Look, you're bored of hearing about the crap in this industry, which is why it's so refreshing, it's so fun to roll in to something that was made for us. We'll circle back to all this cringe to laugh at them because they deserve to be roundly mocked, not unlike Square Enix, who is so busy ruining their own games that they're trying to pull an online UK policing how people speak about them. Better be nice or you'll get in trouble, nigga. California burns, and now that the fire is in their eyes, the words are really clear. Things have to personally affect them for it to suddenly matter, for the prices of permits and the state outright blocking your ass from being able to move forward with any rebuild. It's going to make you suddenly not unlike the people you were throwing N-words at for not voting the way that you demanded, because that's what you view democracy to be. Oh, so now you're coming over to, air quotes, our side, and now you see the light. Stand up for your right. Get up. Stand up. Stand up for your rights. A good game comes out and people are screeching China like it matters. In the same way Sweet Baby Inc. was a lightning rod for all of the sensitivity, DEI soaked soylent garbage, this game will be used to indicate to the industry what it is we really want. The industry is busy forcing its next fad with extraction shooters like Arc Raiders, Marathon, Fair Games, which all, at the time of writing, plan hilariously ugly, manly woman designs in line with the woke West's new normal for a modern audience, and I will not be buying. So maybe jiggle physics, or we'll know your studio is full of anti-fun charisma vacuums. You had your chance. And Western games suck so bad now that people, you can't offset it, you know? Woke isn't the problem in your video games. It's that there's nothing to balance all that garbage out. People tolerate a lot, and looking at Marvel Rivals, the frame rate fluctuations, man, the shots not even lining up with the crosshairs. I have experiences getting paired with some of the most zero kill people in some of my matches, and even that's okay, because I'm having a good time. And when it's over, I want more. Call it a honeymoon period, but after a month, 400,000 players still, you're gonna hear the people that would normally remain silent, for they are not allowed to speak about these things, chiming in soon. I've decided we'll be indicating to the AI that whatever the woke queer kids are calling goon material is just slang for profitable. Every anime that you can think of had artists making and selling art that catered to the natural biological urge for the opposite sex. The procreation is the reason we exist, and it can only occur between a man and a woman, and it's natural no matter how angry entities want to get over it, and instead of walking away and don't like it, don't buy it like they tell us, they seem to just need to hold their Bible in the air and screech in the hopes of getting something to change. Won't somebody please think of the uglies, right? Remind yourself that they hate they themselves and will do anything to sow that misery, but they cannot harvest without your help, because without outside intervention, nothing will grow. The only way they'll get anything growing for them is to deceive, you know, maybe like a really dark room, maybe a little bit of drugs, you know what I'm saying? Like this video if you'd like me to personally read through some of the really demented, like insane goon bait garbage that they're putting on their forums. Good for them. I'm glad they have a place to express themselves. Watch them shift shapes and be thankful that they're so attention-starved that they refuse to remain silent. Lara Croft in gaming is like the perfect representation, even just looking at the slowly diminishing breast size of how fun has been extracted by the same activists ruining every Sony game that is being pumped out these days. She can't even be a Tomb Raider because those terms are offensive to who knows, you know what I mean? But she must now be a seeker of truth. Please don't clap, that's too loud. Can we snap? Can we whisper for the people that it's like it's too intense for? Ooh. She can't be too pretty because that's objectifying women. So your new version could never get a movie with whoever the new Angelina Jolie is, because you'd be too busy pumping it with what you think people want to hear. We'll be happy to teach you a lesson financially. My name is Kyle, and if you agree that Marvel Rivals should add a PvE mode just to curb stomp Overwatch for telling lies and creating an air quotes sequel for no reason, only to revert those changes while floundering, press the like button. A lot of shills had Blizzard's back in those scenarios, boy. Comment whether you think what I'm expressing is an exaggeration or reality. I've spoken at length about upcoming titles that I feel will invigorate this industry. I realize they will cater to players' tastes, and that will make it captivating enough. Dynasty Warriors Origins is on its way. Monster Hunter Wilds is right around the corner. I'm amused by the gotchas that I've taken the time to dive into to get some insight into the developers and what they wish to manage pushing forward. Shift Up has experience with Nikke Goddess of Victory, so like Stellar Blade, their next game will understand its audience. I can't help but appreciate the separation from the East to the West. When Anthem was being made, there were whispers that Destiny wasn't even allowed to be discussed. You don't need to imagine the kind of brain damage that must be so routine in these professor industries, you know what I mean? You only identify as a professor. Just you're ignoring the data and arguing with potential customers online. So the games I've previously mentioned that see something that works and wants to innovate or build on top of that, I do not believe will ignore the data as the up its ass, better than the source material, preachy West likes to do. This means Black Desert Online and games in that space will inform Crimson Desert. It means that Sims will inform Inzoi, okay? Genshin's not ignoring Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing with the game that it's planning to make. And Marvel Rivals did not ignore Overwatch. Elevate, innovate, and provide something that the others do not. Set yourself apart. It seems so easy when I say it this way. Other games have pussy devs that would class there's a clip that was trending in Marvel Rivals where a group of people just stunned a guy relentlessly and then used the ultimates of Hulk and Iron Man to kill him. And you know, this shouldn't normally occur, but with coordination, with teamwork, it certainly can. I know most Western developers would class this as toxic griefing, a bannable, suspension-worthy offense. Games like Fortnite can't even allow girls to have the same emotes. They must be flattened, curves removed, cleavage covered up. Only the men can be a spectacle. Emotes are too controversial. A laugh emote, for God's sake. They have to bake in toggles so that you can turn it off, those mean taunts. We used to call them taunts. You're playing an American game with guns, for God's sake. You're going to be the last in the fucking arena. You were inspired by a Japanese battle royale, but you have stripped all the personality out. And the irony is racist incarnations of what America is are kinder than the pussified queer slop that they try to make America today. You're hiring people, like with this Halo prick, who have hang-ups with icky, scaly guns and how the digital simulation and its polygons mimicking our life are actually glorifying violence? For God's sake. Of course we're scared of GTA. It used to be made by a frat, and now it's made by a sorority. But not even a real sorority, so it might do well with the real girls, but like a sorority full of dick and ball having motherfuckers that want to identify in the opposite direction. Sorry, your game won't track Because unless you're making it for the majority audience of people like you, how could it? The fight used to be with the types of people that might imply that video games or anime are the real reason that the California fires are happening, but now the Western video games are made by these kinds of psychopaths. Brain damaged Looney Tunes, maybe a bikini of a digital girl is adjacent to erotic material, because if they can get you to accept that, maybe they can shovel some more gay onto your plate. You know what I'm saying? If they can call you racist, sexist, phobe, whatever word they want to use, and get your money and take your house or whatever it is, they will make you repeat their phrase back to them. Say trans rights right now. They view themselves as trench coat wearing, automatic weapon wielding badasses in front of a defenseless classroom of impressionable and vulnerable children that they will force their puberty blockers onto while you're vulnerable. Will you say yes? Will you say yes? Are they accepted, or are you a bigot? But while you have a choice, you can choose to say no. A man chooses, a slave obeys. They're not even intelligent enough to try to trick you into thinking it's your choice. They're just stupid. Stupid with funding has gotten them this far, and if you let these Brian Intihars and their Insomniac games rewrite another culture's language again and force the Latinx on people again, then, you deserve what you get. I'm over it. The epic losers could effortlessly license some Halo maps and put Guardian and Fortnite for free-for-all team deathmatch, but just like the industry, they're desperate to push woke gay extraction shooters. Sweeney's Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity ass is all like, no, objective, we're gonna sabotage, we want the Valorant audience. If I can ask you to slide just one of those dicks out of your ear, remember, casual gamers are your audience. And in the same way that some of these games bury themselves by changing to cater to the 1% of pro players that they have, maybe you should factor in the fact that you fought No Build, big success, that you fought OG Fortnite Chapter 1, big success, and you're fighting cleavage and jiggle physics right now. But you know what? Japan, Korea, China, they won't do that. They won't dismiss the data. They won't argue with the audience. They will capitalize. Something America used to be good at. They revere what America used to be. And I think the people who don't can get out. To the patron sponsors and people blessing me by pressing the join button, I'm working on new credits to show all of you properly, and I thank and love you. Be yourself, especially if it's not harming anybody. But to the people barreling into oncoming traffic demanding that we move, I'll see what happens, man. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon. I get the Spider-Man, I do Spider-Man, I do Spider-Man. You really do go places by yourself.